Forza Horizon 6 was announced at the Tokyo Game Show. One of the main things people are talking about right now is where they are releasing the game, which is not on the PlayStation 5, at least right away. So as we know, the Xbox strategy is to release their games everywhere in as many places as possible, get as many people playing the game and spending money on an Xbox title so that these developers and the publishers, the Xbox themselves, can make as much money as possible. It is the way of the future. It is the smart strategy going forward. You're seeing PlayStation adopt this as well. In fact, PlayStation came out and said that the PS5 has been their most successful PlayStation console generation. And they're looking at the games and network services numbers specifically. And the reason, probably the biggest reason why it is so successful, is because their games have been releasing on PC, as they're bringing in a ton of revenue from that. They've opened up how people can play PlayStation via subscription. All of those things play into the PS5 generation being successful, especially a generation where no matter how you try to spin it, it has been relatively weak from the output perspective from their first party games. There's just not been, similar to I think what we have seen in previous generations. May change next year, as next year is looking like it will be a strong year, but it's another indication, and I think we've seen the numbers play out. We've seen these sales charts on a monthly basis that exclusives are not the reason why the majority of people buy consoles. I'm sure I'll get comments on this video, somebody telling me they bought a PS5 for the exclusives. The majority of people for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S aren't buying games for exclusivity. They're buying it to play everything else, as the sales charts do indicate. But one of the games that has been a massive success has been the Forza Horizon series, Forza Horizon 5. It has been a success on Xbox, and it's been a success on the PlayStation 5. So you would think potentially with the announcement of Forza Horizon 6 in Japan, where PlayStation is a very prominent platform there, they would have announced it releasing on PS5 day one. That is not the case. It will be coming to PS5 at a later date. And this has people talking. And you have to ask, why does this have people talking? But here is the article. Microsoft confirms Forza Horizon 6 won't come to PS5 at launch. In fact, they do say here at the Xbox Wire post that Forza Horizon 6 will launch first on Xbox consoles and PC in 2026. With the excitement for this franchise on other platforms, Playground Game and Turn 10 Studios are also working together to bring Forza Horizon 6 to PlayStation 5 post-launch. And I think overall, very clear. You're not walking away from this announcement thinking, where is this game launching? Is it still coming to PS5? You know it's coming to PS5. It's just not going to happen day and date. And is that a good strategy? It's one of the big talking points that is going around right now. In fact, Mike Ubarra, I believe from a deleted tweet, because I can't seem to find it anymore, always outspoken with Xbox moves, even though he's not there anymore, says there is no better racing game than Forza Horizon. Not sure why the expected delayed launch on PlayStation. Just launch it everywhere at the same time. Continued confusing messaging. In or out, not both. I'll play on Steam, so I don't care, but let the studio make money. So that's his take on it. And I agree in the sense that if they were to launch this thing on PlayStation right away, it would be, nobody would be up in arms about it. It would be kind of similar and push forward what they are wanting to do here with put games everywhere on PlayStation 5. Xbox games are going over there. But at the same time, the messaging was actually very clear in the sense that they tell you that it is coming to PS5 later. And there's a multitude of reasons why this game wouldn't launch on PS5 day one. And I think the biggest reason out of everything, this is my guess, but it's not because they're caring as much of making this a timed exclusive and wanting to push people to go and subscribe to Xbox Game Pass and play on Xbox, because it does not matter how Forza Horizon 6 releases, whether it's on PS5 day one or whether it's on PS5 a year later. The game is going to sell insanely well on Xbox, on PC, and on PlayStation. And there will be a ton of people that sign up to Game Pass day one to play this game, even if it does launch onto the PS5 on day one. I think the major reason why they probably aren't launching it on PS5 day one is because they've never launched a game on PS5 day one. And this is a development cycle where this probably got thrown into them halfway through or 3/4 of the way through developing this game, and they just don't have the time and resources to continue to optimize it for the current platforms that it's on and then get it optimized for the PlayStation 5. So there's so many different things working into developing games, but I think that's probably the main reason. The other reason, if you want to look at the business side of it, is could be because they do think that there would be a huge uptick in PlayStation gamers going and picking it up on Xbox, signing up to Game Pass, or maybe picking up a device specifically to play it via the Xbox ecosystem, especially when you have a handheld that is dropping in a month from now with the Xbox ROG Ally. And we've heard tons of rumors of other Xbox devices that could be coming out in the next 2 years, but 2026, 2027, we don't know. There's always rumors popping up about Xbox Magnus and other handhelds that they are working on. Maybe they're thinking that this also may be launching at a time where there will be other products out there that are certified by Xbox that they would want people to go out and play it on that instead. And then eventually they will release it on PS5. And when they do release it on PS5, it will still be on top of the charts. Like, we could bookmark this video. I won't be shocked that when Forza Horizon 6 launches on PS5, it will be on top of Matt Piscatella's Circana charts that he puts out on the monthly sales when it does drop. So nothing will change here for Forza Horizon. The messaging, I don't think, is that unclear anymore when it comes to Xbox games. I know for myself, I expect basically every game to go to PlayStation 5. I would say most people do. And that's why they did put that into their Xbox Wire post, that it will be going to PS5. When it does happen, that is the thing that is still up in the air from a case by case game release basis. And I, again, don't think that is a massive deal, at least as of right now. You have to think about it, because there are games where I think it would actually benefit from launching day one on PS5. For example, Hellblade 2, although that was way in development before this whole strategy was announced, Hellblade 2 probably would have benefited from launching on the console PS5 on day one, simply because that is a more niche game. You would have had at least a couple more sales, or maybe a couple 100,000 more sales during a game that needed that money at the launch of it, rather than waiting later and then maybe the hype for it has died down. Because I don't think Hellblade 2 actually did very well on the charts itself. You have other games like Gears of War Reloaded, which launched day one on PS5, and that's one that didn't top the sales charts. So you can't predict how these games will do on the launch itself. It really just comes down to, I would say, the overall popularity of that game. But for a game like Forza Horizon, it does not matter when it launches on PS5. It will be a top seller, and it's going to make a ton of money both on PC and on Xbox. But everyone is talking about this like they're expecting Xbox to launch this on PlayStation 5 day one. And if it doesn't happen, that it is a bad thing overall, especially with a game like Forza Horizon. I don't think it does matter. But that's just my thoughts on this. I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you think they should have launched it day one, do you think the strategy is extremely confusing for gamers out there, even when they do outline how they're going about the strategy of launching it on a console at different times? Love to know all your thoughts on this. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.